Hey guys, it's Catherine. Yesterday I shared the Eva's Favorite Flowers stamp set, which came out in August in our very first Stamp of Approval collection. I've heard from many of you that this is a favorite in people's stamp supply arsenals, and I kind of agree. It's a gorgeous floral set. It's has tons of layering possibilities, and now it's even better because we're coming out with dies. So our online store opens on Saturday morning, Eastern Time, 9 a.m. for Stamp Nation members, and then Sunday, the doors will swing wide open for everyone, so you can hop in there and get your products. So I did say there were 3 other products coming out for this store launch, and are you ready to see them? We've got Catherine Pooler Designs exclusives. So in today's video, we're going to make a card and I'm going to show you these up close. So here are the first 2 Catherine Pooler Design stamp sets. Well, stamp set and die set. I've been wanting my version of a perfect ampersand set for a long time. I wanted a giant ampersand die cut. This one is 3 inches, and then 2 inches and 1 inch, and then the coordinating stamp set to go with it with some ampersand stamps in case you don't want to always die cut. The ampersands are all hand drawn, and I'm so excited to be using these. And then we have the Wild Bloom stamp set, and this one is really cool because you can use these stamps individually or you can use them together. And so you stamp this one and then stamp this layer on top of it. So it's a little twist on the layering stamps that we're seeing on the market now, and it has some fun little sentiments, things that I say all the time, like "you make my heart sing." I say that pretty often to people that I love. So let's get busy and see how these work. I'm going to use these shape die cuts from the birthday journal card set, which will be in the store this weekend. We'll set these aside for a minute though, because I'm going to work on this piece. I'm going to stamp this and then cut it. So I'm really only going to be using, I'll do it this way. So about half of the cardstock. So I'm going to use this big stamp, and I'm using Soft Vanilla by Hero Arts, and I'm just going to stamp this probably twice. Now you might notice right down here at the bottom I have a couple little Sharpie marks, and that's going to help me line it up with the overlay stamp. So I know when I stamped this I had my Sharpie marks in the bottom right hand corner. So when I got this stamp set, I made sure that I marked them in the same place. So here are the marks here, and I'm just going to lay that right on top of the flower, right on my MISTI. That will help me line it up. Close the door, and then I'll be able to stamp. I'm going to stamp this in Versamark because I'm going to do some heat embossing with this top layer. I'm going to figure out where this one goes. Now I know that was in the corner there, so about just like that. Make sure that piece doesn't move when I pull that up. I just re-inked my Versamark pad so it's nice and juicy, so hopefully I'll get a really good stick with my embossing powder. I have Gold Pearl by Wow. And I'll just grab my heat tool. I'm going to heat it up a little bit before hitting the paper with it. Make sure my excess powder is far away. And then we'll emboss. Now stick around because at the end I have several more samples to share with you. And like I said before, they'll all be up on my blog. So make sure you click that link at the bottom of the YouTube description if you're hanging out there, and go visit this blog post. So my image is all embossed, and look at that gorgeous pearl overlay on that flower. It looks awesome. And now I'm just going to die cut this frame. It has a little bit of stitching around the edge to give it some interest, and then we'll build from there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use the middle size ampersand, but as long as I'm die cutting, I may as well do them all. And I have not separated them yet, and I think I might not. I think I might just keep them all together like that. I don't know, totally your choice. And then I'll do the frame at the same time. This is Paper Tray Ink cardstock, so if you're wondering the colors, I don't know what they are. You can head over to my blog. I'll probably add them to the description below too, but I will definitely have them on my blog. Oh my gosh, look at these. I'm seriously loving these ambersands. Hope you guys are too. Now, when I started this card, I was thinking of doing a wedding card. So that's why I chose the light yellow and that gold pearl. And I think the burgundy and the pinky color go well. And I didn't want to use black or just white, so I thought, what about navy? And I think this color combination goes well. And so I love the font of the Mr. and Mrs. And I'm going to see how these look stamped in that gold pearl, or stamped in Versamark and then embossed with the gold pearl. That actually looks really cool tone on tone, but I think you can't quite see it enough, so we will heat emboss this. I've added a little mounting tape on the back to give this dimension here. And then I was playing around with some options. So I grabbed some navy cardstock. I think I told you that before, right? And then I did the gold Mr. and Mrs. And I thought I could kind of scoot these in here like this. But this isn't tripping my trigger. So I kind of took a little bit different route and bam. I did just Mr. and Mrs., not and, but Mr., Mrs., the words, Mr., Mrs. And I just did Versamark on the background and then did some clear embossing on top. And I think that's a really cool, subtle interest on the background. And since this card leans a little bit more on the fancy side, it's going to obviously be a wedding card. I'm adding extra layers here. So another burgundy layer on the background. Add this to the card front, and then I have just a small little accent that I'm going to add to embellish it. So I've added dimensional adhesive to the back of the ampersand. We'll just add this to the card front. And then I took a little tiny heart. This is from the little dies that go with the Bright Baubles set by Neat and Tangled that was in the Holiday Magic collection. It has a cute little heart in it, so I punched that out, added some sparkle from my, this is the Spectrum Sparkle Pen. And then I have some glossy accents because I want that little heart to stand out a little more than it is. It's darker than the ampersand, but it's still not standing out as much as I want it. So just a little clear glossy accents on that. That will dry hard and it will be nice and shiny and cute. And so I have two more cards to show you. Here is very simple stamping on the white layer with the little flowers that come in the set as well. And then this one, I love the colors on this one. And I did sponging here, and then I just stamped that overlay stamp on the background. So it has a really fun leaf pattern when you use it on its own. So be sure to hop over to KatherinePooler.com. I'll leave the link below so you guys can see these and see some other cards the design team has been creating with these products and making amazing things. And be sure you are on my newsletter list so that you will get notification when the store goes live. Thanks for being here. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon.